We're back with Republican Senator James Risch. He's a key member of both the Foreign Relations and Intelligence Committees. Senator, I need you to stand by. We're getting an update right now on U.S. tensions with North Korea. Kim Jong-un's regime putting on a new show of military force with a U.S. guided missile submarine nearby and other American warships closing in on the region. Let's bring in our Chief National Security Correspondent, Jim Sciutto. What are you learning tonight, Jim?
Well, tonight, North Korea taunting, threatening the U.S., saying that Donald Trump is just short of, in one of their party newspapers, just short of lighting the fuse on total war. This, of course, not uncommon rhetoric from North Korea, but right now, lawmakers have been briefed on the threat, as well as seasoned North Korean experts increasingly concerned about the level of tension between North Korea and the West. From the U.S. and North Korea escalating shows of force. Pyongyang carrying out a massive artillery fire drill to mark the 85th anniversary of the North Korean Army. While the USS Michigan guided missile submarine made a visible port call in South Korea, and the USS Carl Vinson carrier is now finally approaching the region.
What's very clear is that they're pursuing a nuclear ballistic capability and continuing to carry out tests to give them that capability of reaching not just other countries in the region, but possibly the United States. And that is, to put it mildly, a game changer.
As President Trump continues his outreach to the leaders of China and Japan, he questioned the power of the North Korean leader, telling a group of conservative reporters, quote, "I'm not so sure he's so strong like he says he is. I'm not so sure at all." However, after meeting with fellow UN Security Council members, he discussed further economic sanctions rather than more dramatic actions such as military strikes.
The Council must be prepared to impose additional and stronger sanctions on North Korean nuclear and ballistic missile programs. This is a real threat to the world, whether we want to talk about it or not.
Senator John McCain, who had dinner with the president last night, said Mr. Trump has not yet decided whether he will order military action.
I don't think he's reached that decision yet. I think I'm sure he appreciates that, as his military advisors have told me, that's the ultimately last option, and it can be very expensive. I'm sure he's exploring all options, but that would be the last one.
All 100 members of the U.S. Senate will visit the White House Wednesday for a briefing by Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, Defense Secretary Jim Mattis, and Joint Chiefs Chairman General Joseph Dunford. The urgent focus, what will and what can the administration do next? An administration official tells CNN that President Trump himself may make an appearance at that briefing for senators at the White House tomorrow. But as this is happening, the Pentagon telling CNN, a defense official, that there are signs at the site of North Korea's nuclear test site of renewed activity, which would mean the possibility that a nuclear test, another nuclear blast there, may be put off. The activity around there normally stops if a new nuclear test is imminent, but the Pentagon saying they are seeing now signs of renewed activity there. That risk might be less so now, Wolf, at least of a nuclear blast at that test facility.
All right, Jim Sciutto reporting for us. Jim, thank you very much. We're back with Senator